If you're heading to see the Avengers this weekend, you're going to hear the voice of a local guy, James Spader. He and his family have summered in Marion for decades, and he is the voice of a killer robot in Avengers Age of Ultron. How much fun do you think that must be? To be
That
like
must be a lot of
the
fun.
villain, the killer robot?
Oh, yeah.
He told us about how he and Robert Downey Jr., who plays, of course, Iron Man, grew apart after they filmed Less Than Zero. That was a movie they filmed back in the late 80s, many years ago. They were buddies on that set, and they kind of grew apart. And, well, here's what he told us.
My friendship with Robert was a very good one many years ago, and then our lives just went apart, and we were in very different places at the same time for a long time. And this film brought us back together again, and it was probably, in the long run, I guess it probably is going to end up being the most important aspect of doing this film, probably is that.
The fact that he and Robert Downey Jr. became friends again. That's kind of
awesome.
It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, he loves spending his summers here in Marion. James Spader does. And Willie Waffle told us this morning that he makes the movie. So be thinking about that when you watch Avengers over the weekend if you're going to go see that.
That's going to be the big one this weekend. It was a dream come true for a 12-year-old girl in Chicago who's battling cancer. She got a phone call from Taylor Swift this week. She says, her name is Emily, and she says, Taylor knew all about me and my favorite color, the street I live on. She told me that she's starting her tour in Tokyo, and she asked what my favorite song was, and I told her it was Shake It Off. And Emily is battling non-Hodgkin lymphoma, and so it was awesome that Taylor was able to give her a call. And this is how she heard about it. Last weekend, some of Emily's supporters, known as Emily's Entourage, made a video, about 200 kids singing and dancing to Taylor Swift songs, and they sent it over to Taylor, and Taylor's mom picked up on the video. And she let Taylor know, hey, we should probably give this girl a call. And she did. Spent about 10 minutes on the phone with Emily.
That is so awesome.
Yeah. And then after the call, Emily's mom got a call from Taylor's manager and offered the family tickets and a chance to meet Taylor Swift at a show in Detroit at the end of this month.
The First Lady was on David Letterman last night talking about their daughter Malia and how she's 16 years old now.
I can't believe she's 16 now.
So think about this. If the first family comes here to the vineyard to go on vacation this summer like they always do,
right?
Malia could be driving around on the vineyard, with a rental car or something. I mean, that could, and I guess
maybe she'll beep at us when she goes by Isabel's beach house.
That's right. Yeah, we're going to be broadcasting live from the vineyard in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But the First Lady told David Letterman that suddenly 16-year-old Malia is becoming a lot more helpful around the White House.
Oh, I bet.
When kids get their licenses, they're ready to do anything. So she actually came in, she said, Ma, you need any errands? Mm-hmm. And a bunch of people handed her, I need you to get this from CVS and pick that. She went out. She went out and ran errands.
So what about the curfew? How is that handled at the White House?
It depends on what's going on. I mean, if there's a party and we know what time it's going to be over, we make sure she's back right after the party.
Now, you say party, and all I'm thinking about is, well, you're probably going to be boys at the party.
There are always boys at the parties.
How's that working?
That's okay. Barack is handling that okay.
Wow.
Oh, he handles that.
Yeah. Yeah, he's doing well.
Britney Spears being forced to reschedule a couple of shows on her Vegas residency this weekend after injuring her ankle on stage. She heard it while performing a dance routine to her song, You Drive Me Crazy, on Wednesday night. Downplayed the injury on Twitter after the show, writing, thank you
It looked like she hurt that.
Yeah?
She did. I thought it looked pretty serious.
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, she was playing it off like it wasn't much. She said, thank you for all the sweet wishes. Had a little scare on stage tonight with my ankle, but I'm okay. But her doctor has advised her to postpone a couple shows on her Britney Piece of Me tour until her ankle has healed properly. And anyone with tickets, of course, is able to exchange them or get a refund.